Hey guys, what's up? Seth here. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today and give you a quick tour of my house where I live. I'm shooting this in the middle of 2020, and if anybody out there is watching this in the middle of 2020, you guys probably know we're all spending a lot of time at home these days. And I just figured, what better time to give people a tour of the place I live and work. My family's actually not home right now, which is part of why I thought this would be a perfect time to do this, because there's not going to be any screaming kids in the background. But anyway, you can at least get the feel for, where I do everything, pretty much my whole life. So I'll just quick turn the camera here. So this is one side of the front yard. This is another side right there. So funny story about this house. We actually used to live a mile in the other direction. And I used to ride my bike into this neighborhood with my kids, just for no other reason than I was like, man, it's such a nice street with like canopy trees and the houses are beautiful, and man, that'd be so cool to live here. And I remember pointing out this specific house and being, man, that house, that would be an amazing place to live. Obviously, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd actually live there. And out of the blue in 2017, end of 2017, I just happened to be on Zillow, just kind of messing around. I wasn't looking to move. Our old house was totally fine. There was nothing wrong with it. And I noticed this house was for sale. And I was like, whoa. And, we ended up making an offer on it. And there was one other offer that was sort of competing with this at like the exact same price. And we ended up writing a letter to the owner. And I told him the whole story about how much I loved the house, how I used to ride my bike by it for years and all this stuff, which is all true. And they ended up accepting our offer. And we got it. And it was seriously like one of the easier real estate deals I've ever done. Usually I expect lots of problems or some problems, and this thing was like so smooth sailing. So I don't know. I don't know if it was meant to be or if we just got lucky or what, but it's pretty awesome how it worked out. So anyway, I'll keep taking you up the driveway here. Okay, so now I'm gonna take you to our backyard, just to give you the quick tour of that. So it's over this way. Got a little lawnmower shed. And come around the corner. Over here we've got the swing set, if you can see that. So we spend many, many fun hours on that thing. And yeah, this is kind of our backyard area where we just hang out, have dinner outside quite a bit in the summer. Previous owners, I think it was the original builder of this house, they must have been like master gardeners or something, because they just did an incredible job putting like every kind of flower you can imagine, and it's set up in such a way that like there's never a time during the summer where something isn't blooming. Like something's always going on. So it's just really cool. I mean, really starting in like April, like you can find something pretty. So it's pretty cool. This is sort of the back forest area. So you can see it's nice and private. It's an introvert's paradise. We don't see any neighbors. We don't really hear anybody. The thing that gets me is that we only own about like 30 feet into the woods over there. The rest of it is owned by our neighbors that live, probably can't even see them, but they're behind the trees over there. So I've always got this like fear in my mind that they're gonna like mow the whole forest down and build houses back there, because they could. So I'm just praying that that never happens. It's one of those interesting things where like this land, like it's kind of landlocked, but like to me personally, it's worth a lot. It's one of those interesting situations where a piece of land is worth a lot more to one person than it is to another person. If they were to like offer that to me, I would pay, I guarantee you, a lot more than anybody else in the world would, because nobody else would care other than me and probably them. So anyway, take you around the corner. You can see more of these. My office area is right down in that section. I'll take you there in just a second. It's really a nice yard, honestly. Every day I look out the window and it's like, man, we are so lucky to live here. So I'll take you around the corner here and we will go in the front door. Okay, so this is, let me turn some lights on for you. Okay, so this is kind of like the foyer area. We walk over here to the right. This is the main living room. Turn on a couple lights here. And yeah, we actually don't spend a ton of time in this room. There's this giant blank wall, and I just don't know what to put there, so it's kind of boring right now. But anyway, we're still working on that. But this little roller coaster thing we got for my kids, and they love it. They plan it all the time. It's gonna sound funny, but usually what we use this room for is dancing, spinning around, and the roller coaster, and piano music. So that's, especially in the wintertime when it's so cold we can't go outside, that's kind of how we entertain ourselves at night around here. This is what we call, I think the technical name for this kind of room is the keeping room or something, but it's basically like a living room number 2. And it's actually kind of a small little room, but it's a nice little cozy nook of the house where we can use our fireplace, which we actually don't do a whole lot, but there's a fireplace there if we ever want it. And got our nice little couch here. This is where we eat our meals every day. This is our kitchen table. And let's see, turn the lights on. So this is our kitchen. Some interesting features about this. We have a second sink, which like we almost never use. It's a little desk area. And this is the Keurig machine. I'm sure a lot of you probably have these things in your life. I use mine multiple times a day. If you walk in here, I don't know if you noticed that, but the light just turned on and I didn't flick the switch. It's because we got this thing right here. It's a Lutron dimmer switch. Got a bunch of these in our house. Look at this. There's another one right in here. Let's see if it turns on. Yep, there we go. Okay, so got another one here. Use that all the time. This is our laundry room, by the way, in case you didn't notice. Lutron light switches are amazing. We've probably all seen them in like, gas stations and stuff when you walk into a bathroom and the light just turns on by itself. Those are Lutron light switches for the most part. They're motion detectors, or even, some of them can even detect sound. And I just think they're awesome because, first of all, in most cases, if I want them to, they'll just turn on. I don't have to like hit the switch. And they turn off by themselves. Time them to turn off in like a minute, or 3 minutes, or 5, or 10, or 15. Anyway, enough about light switching. So over here, this is the kids' playroom. This is supposed to be like a formal dining room, but we have no need for that right now, but we have a huge need for a playroom. So that's what we're using it for right now. So that's the playroom right there. Kitchen number 2. Up here, that's like a whole other section of the house where we all sleep. That's where all of our bedrooms are. It's really just, there's 4 bedrooms up there, all the bedrooms of the house. What I really want to show you is where I work. This is where you see pretty much all the content I make comes from down here. So we'll head down here. And this right here is like our TV room area. This is where we watch TV, if we ever want to watch TV. This is the office. And some of this stuff might look familiar, or maybe not, but yeah, this is where it all goes down. So over here we've got a special wall. The product is called Strata from a company called Automute. It's like a sound absorbing wall. So normally there's a really bad echo in this room. Because of that wall, and then also these sound panels here, it absorbs the echo. So it's not so bad, which is really, really critical if you're recording podcasts or shooting videos. And I do both of those things a lot. So anyway, but the cool thing about that wall, you can get walls that will do the same thing, that will just look kind of, not that cool. But this is cool because it looks sort of like it's a wooden wall. But it's not. It's actually like I think it's like a condensed paper product that's like painted to look like wood. So, and this right here is the office. I got my 2 monitors here. If you can see those. And let's see, right here, this thing you see right there, that's a light. And I can turn that thing on, and it makes a huge difference with just like, I'll turn it off for a second. So it just makes a huge difference in terms of how well you can see me and that kind of thing. So in terms of video, it makes a big difference. And this is my little podcasting mic that I use from Audio Technica. This is where I live life. This is where I do pretty much every day. It's a really, really good, great house, great office. Obviously, we put a lot of time into making it all work and, setting it up just the way that I kind of want it and need it to be. But man, it's been awesome. Hope you guys found this interesting. I know sometimes I've seen other people I follow do little house tours like this, and I'm always like, oh, cool. They are a real person. Like, so that's what it's like behind the scenes. And yeah, I just thought I'd put that together for you guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you're all doing well, and talk to you later.